Hello everybody, this is Roman from New York. How are you doing today? As we discussed yesterday in our live video, we are continuing our series, and today we'll speak about step 2 activity, but not as theoretical like we spoke about yesterday, but we'll actually get to some exercises that I have been doing for the last 2 years, which again I found helpful for me, and they helped me to get my body back in shape as I was looking for. Before we start though, just in case if there are new people on the live today, just want to go through the 6 steps again. Make sure everybody is on the same page with us. So just bear with me a second if you've already been here before. Very quickly. The path for health begins with mental, with your with your belief, with your psychology. Once you understand that you are the only one who is in charge of your health, then you can change something. If you still blame it on somebody else, tough luck, you're not going to get anywhere. So change your belief system. Number 2, activity. You have to move. We constantly have to do something with our muscles. They're designed to move. They're designed to keep our body in good shape and in proper posture. And if we don't move, then muscles deteriorate. So today we'll look at some movements that I've been doing, and hopefully they will be helpful for you. Hopefully they'll give you some ideas how you can exercise at home while we all confined to our homes and apartments, and very little we can do outside right now. So tomorrow we'll speak about hydration, drinking water, and why this is so crucial for our health. And just stay tuned, but it's a very important topic, and I wish if nothing else works, that's something that you really have to adopt if you want to take care of your health. Then we'll speak about internal hygiene, how to clean inside our body without going crazy and without disrupting our normal lifestyle, even though now it's more disrupted than ever before. And I don't think anybody ever experienced something like this. So this is something new for everybody in the world. We'll figure it out. And then we'll get to cellular nutrition. Once our body is clean and ready to accept the nutrients that it needs, we'll get to the point how to feed it and what to do correctly in order to build a good and powerful, energetic and exciting body. And finally, we'll talk about protection. Protection is needed as anything else to make sure that our body gets, once we cleaned it, we want to make sure that we keep it in the same clean and power and good shape. So that's what the protection is talking about, but we'll get to that also. So today, everybody's ready to do a little exercise. As you see, I'm in sport clothing today, not usual shirt. So the first thing is, obviously, we have to exercise. Before any exercise, we need to stretch. There are different views on stretch. Recently, I'm seeing articles from sport professionals as well as medical professions saying that stretching or warm-up is not necessary. Doing different sports activities for over 30 years, I would strongly disagree with that view. We have to warm up our muscles, we have to stretch our joints before we can get to any kind of physical activities. So make sure you figure out a warm-up routine for yourself. If you don't know any and if you would like to find some, later on my YouTube channel, I'll post a few that I've been using over the years. One is from my keto experience that I do all the time. The other one is actually 2 other ones from one of my mentors that he uses. One more for bodybuilding purposes. The second one is more for just stretching in the morning. And the 4th one I found is from Tai Chi. So all of those will be eventually on our YouTube channel. Just stay tuned and I will post a link on the page later on. Right now, let's assume I already warmed up, because I don't want to spend our time with this. It's taken about 10 to 15 minutes to warm up. So let's assume I already warmed up, and now I'm getting to my strength exercises. So 2 years ago, I figured out for myself, a little bit over than 2 years ago, I figured out for myself 4 exercises that made me feel that all of my body is worked out and feel energetic and get my muscles in the shape I wanted. As you remember, when I was talking about psychology, I was talking about the goal. You have to figure out what you want before you start on your path. So I kind of imagine myself and how much I have to change my body from the start point when I started till now. And I had that imagination, so I started working in that direction. And I think if we speak about whether or not I achieved my goal, I think I did. So what I have right now is what I envisioned 2 years ago, and which is phenomenal. So make sure you know what you're looking for before you pick the routine you're going to do. I'll just show mine, except for one exercise, which is chin-ups. Obviously, in this room, there's nowhere to hang it, but I'll show you what I do with this. This is the third exercise in my routine. So the first one is extremely simple. It's push-ups. And there are so many ways how to do push-ups. Again, for my purposes, I was looking for a wide stance. So you put your hands a little bit wider than your shoulders level. Feet, it's your choice. You can put them a little bit aside, together, one on top of the other. That does not matter. What does matter is that you have to extend your hands fully. Then you have to bend all the way down, touching the chest to the floor, and slowly push back up. There is no quick motions. Everything is done very slowly and full range of motion. Chest to the floor, all the way up. Chest to the floor, all the way up. Remember, you have to breathe. As you're going down, you inhale. Going up, you exhale. So do as many as you can at the first. So pretty much the first day for you will be setting up your starting point. Starting point is, where are you right now? It's really hard to move somewhere if you don't know where you start. So with all exercises you will be doing, you have to set your, let me just move this a little bit here. Initial numbers. So figure out how many you can do and start there. Set yourself again a goal, how many you want to achieve with time, and that as you progress, you will see that hopefully you are on the track to reach your goal. Now, for some people, push-ups is very hard exercise, and there is different variations for that. Obviously, there is plenty of videos on YouTube. I'm not pretending that I'm the most experienced push-upper, but for those who are interested, just quick thing, start with your knees if you cannot do from your toes. But the bottom line, and very important, is keep your back straight as you're doing this. So don't put your butt up or arch your back. Keep legs and the body straight. Just go down and up. The key here, as I said yesterday, is do it slow and don't go crazy. It doesn't have to kill you. As you do more and more, it will become easier, and then eventually you'll feel that you actually can do more. And then once you get to a certain number of them, obviously if you do only one or two, there is no point to say, okay, I'll do more and kill myself. So start with a little, eventually build it up. You can see how many reps you would like to do. Originally I started with 3 reps, and then I went to 1, but exhaustive, meaning my last push-up is pretty much I'm failing. I'm about to drop. That means I'm done. My muscles are killed for the day, and I have to give them 3-4 days to rest. So actually right now I'm doing my physical routine with the strength routine only once a week. And again, I feel for my purposes is good enough. Now the next exercise is, I know it's torture for many people, but it is belly roller. And I started back when I was, I guess, in high school. I still use it. There were different ones, but it's very good exercise for the entire body. I'll show you what I do first, and then I'll explain what are the other lighter options that you can do. So you put your feet a little bit wider than your shoulders. Hope you see me. Put your hands down on the rollerblade and just extend all the way up. And then pull back. Have to move a little bit more. All the way up. And pull back. So, again, you're doing it from the stance, extending all the way up and then pulling back. So, all of the muscles on the body work. And your obviously belly, hands, shoulders, chest. Now, again, this is the I guess the longest stretch people can do. However, for the beginners, same thing as with push-ups. Start with your knees, go as far as you can, and return back. Move little by little until you get comfortable. I would say comfortable in this case is fine, and then you can try to get farther and farther down until you get all the way. Once you do this from your knees, then you can start going on your toes. And again, on your toes, you start slowly, so you go to under your shoulders, you turn back, and then little by little, you will be extending. If you don't have this yet, I think it's very easy to read online. You'll get it in a few days, and you can enjoy this exercise routine. Now, the third thing that I do is chin-ups. So again, I'm not going to show you my chin-ups, but I'll show what I do. And there are a couple things that you can do with this specific device. I would also, you hang it on your door frame, and just make sure when you order it that the size fits your doors, because all doors are different and sometimes they're wider, sometimes they're narrower. Make sure you don't buy something that will not fit your door frame. Now, I do lower grip chin-ups, and I do them two ways: either full extension, full contraction, or I do them almost full extension, but with angle with my knee, with my legs up. So I'm holding angle and doing chin-ups at the same time. So again, start with what you can. If you can do one chin-up, that's good. Doesn't mean that one is the maximum you can do. You can always do second rep, it will be two. So chin-ups are very good exercise for entire body as well. I'm not going to teach you now how to do them, but again, if you have questions, let me know. There's a bunch of videos on YouTube I found myself, just looking for information on them, and there are different ways how to do it. The good one, and I love to do it also with the front upper grip, and this works very well as well. So you can actually experiment and see which one would be working best for you. Now, the fourth exercise that I do, and this is more like, I guess, my cardio after all the physical, is sit-ups, so or squats. However, because of my keto background, when I started working out, I first started with the Aikido version of my squat, so I'll show it to you. I go in so-called Aikido stance, which is about 1.5 feet apart between my feet. Hope you can see my feet here. I'll also turn sideways and show you. And I square up my hips. Now from here you can keep your hands on the hips, or just relax them. You go down, dropping your back knee, but not touching the floor, and then getting straight up. The idea here is go really up and down like you're in the tube, without going side to side or forward and back. So the whole thing is just dropping your knee down. In my case, it's left knee, the back knee, and then getting right back up. Idea is be balanced. Aikido is very focused on the balance, and we're stressing this a lot. So the movement has to be slow and strong. Don't just drop down, because you don't want to hit your knee against the floor. Just down and up, down and up. Make sure here that you feel okay with the upper body, and if your head bends, it will be really hard to do it. So you really have to keep your head on top of your hips and just squat down and get up. Eventually though, this became a little bit boring because I got to about 150 and it's taking too long to do it. So I switched to exercise that I used to do when I was doing fencing, which is the gun. So the gun looks like this. You keep your one leg up, you sit down, and you get back up. So extend one leg, try to keep it straight, sit down, get back up. Back up, sit down, and get back up. Now for these ones I can do about 20, 25, so that's much harder. Saves me time from the previous exercise I showed you. But again, you'll try and see what you can do. You can always use the support if just done exercise is hard. You can use a chair, stick, a wall. Hurts you while you're doing this is going to be good. Okay, so that's the 4 exercises. Again, when I started, I did 3 reps of each, obviously different amounts. Right now, I moved to 1 rep of each once a week. So guess what? It takes about 15 minutes to go through the whole thing. And this is the entire exercise routine I have for the week physically. I mean, I do a little bit with my students in class, but again, as an instructor, it's very little. I'm primarily exercising at home. If you can run outside, that's not a great exercise. But as I mentioned yesterday, running is not as safe as walking. Even though people think running is better, it's actually more dangerous for your joints and your spinal cord. So think about it twice before you do it. And let's sum up. So first, figure out the initial number of reps. Second, set your goal. Let me actually just move this here, since I've already done with exercises. So figure out the initial number of reps, set your goal, figure out your routine, as I mentioned yesterday, as long as it's consistent, doesn't matter what it is. You can just walk, you can just do yoga, you can just do this, you can just do something else. Again, there are so many options right now. Then it's really up to you, as long as you're willing to do it consistently. And then once you figure out the first 3, the big one, start. Because it doesn't matter how much time you spend on preparation, if you never get to the start, nothing is going to change. So I welcome you to our live Facebook Lives. We'll continue. We'll do more interesting information about health and wellness. But for now, if you're ready for your path to health, once you decide that you are, change your mind, figure out your physical exercise routine. Tomorrow we'll speak about water and hydration and how important it is and what you need to do, or what can you do rather, because you don't really need to do anything, but what you have to do to help your body be healthier and more energetic. Thank you for your time. Have a good day. Be well and safe. Bye-bye.